Alright guys, so welcome to my highlights of the final round of the AOR PS4 Tier 2 League here for the Brazilian Grand Prix. And heading into this round I had a 9-point gap I believe, because I actually got a penalty for my USA race for speeding under the virtual safety car, which put me down to second place because I got a 10-second time penalty. So that meant GR Demon won the race because Clay also got a penalty, so I was pretty annoyed about that heading into this race. And we didn't have a 16-point lead, we had a 9-point lead instead. And as you can see there, it is going to be intermediate conditions throughout the race. So heading into my qualifying lap here, making sure I get a good run up the hill towards the line to start the lap. And you can see Jeek is on pole at the moment, and we don't want him to get a third pole because he's had quite a few, considering he's quite new to the league and also his race pace isn't great compared to his qualifying pace. But heading into this lap I was hoping to get a low 110, hopefully, maybe even a 109, but you'll see that that didn't quite go to plan. So I try here to get a slipstream off the manor there, but that wasn't able to happen. And it's yellow flags for some reason, but I don't know why. And it's not been an amazing first sector. We're currently in P3 at the moment. The guy is in P2, and my championship rival Dan, I think in this time, was about P5. And you can see now we're going green on the delta, which is good signs, and we need a good second sector here to have any chance of taking pole. And the plan for me was to take pole and try and run away with this race, but it's always going to be more difficult than that. As now heading towards the end of the second sector, we're currently quite far ahead of my previous lap time, which was a 10.6, which wasn't too great, and you can see I'm now purple, so we need another good run up the hill with this relatively short lap here of Brazil. So heading towards the line now, opening DRS as early as you can now, and heading towards the line. What's it going to be? And it's a 1:10.4, and compared to my practice lap times that wasn't too great, to be honest. And you can see Giggs has taken pole with an amazing lap time there, and I believe that's his first pole of this league, I believe. And you can see Dan is in P8, so that's good for me. But in the intermediate conditions, you can see the default strategy is to do a 2-stop, but obviously with the intermediate tyres they last quite a while, so you can do a 1-stop easily. And the aim for this race was just to get into the lead as quickly as possible without taking any risks and trying to run away with it and take this title. So you can see now rounding up to 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go for the Brazilian Grand Prix for the final time in the AOR PS4 Tier 2 League. And you can see Giggs has got a really bad start, and his teammate Moses, if that's pronounced correctly, is now into the lead. So I don't believe he's actually finished in the top 5. Moses, can't pronounce that gamer tag, but you can see now we've got a good run on Giggs. And can we take P2? And Giggs hasn't really had the greatest of starts. We go up the inside here to take P2, but he hangs it round the outside, he gets on the curb, and we are through now into P2. And we're taking it very cautiously as we slide a bit there, and that's giving Giggs an opportunity to get up the inside. And you can see we've lost the position. I actually backed out of that because I didn't want to take any risks because of the championship situation. And if Dan finished in P5 and I had retired, I'd lose the championship. So we just need to keep it out of the barriers, and wherever I finish, as long as it's ahead of Dan, it'll be good enough. And you can see Jeek's trying to get up the inside of me there, but he probably had one of his worst qualifying sessions in quite a while, because he's been on pole in Belgium, I believe, and Italy as well. I might be wrong about that, and Japan I think as well. It's that, but you can see it's been a decent first lap. We haven't gained any positions, but we haven't lost any, and we haven't got the run on Giggs so far. And in fact, Giggs has now got a run with his teammates. So it's a Williams 1-2, and it's crossing the line for the first time. Giggs goes up the inside, he loses it on the brakes there, and actually makes contact with the barriers. And at that stage, I thought he was going to take out his teammate, but he didn't, luckily for him. We just need to stay out of trouble at the moment. But you can see once again we've got a great run through the Senna S's, and we'll try and get up the inside of Giggs heading into turn 4, but we're not able to at the moment. We don't want to risk any crashes, as I've said numerous times now. And have we got any chance of a move here? You can see Giggs is quite slow through here, and we're now going to go up the inside of Giggs into P2 as we bash wheels slightly. And I was panicking at this stage, I didn't want any crashes. And we made a bit of contact there on the exit as well, but it's all fair racing, hard but fair. And that's now us into P2. We need to try and chase down the Williams in front. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that gamer tag again because I'm struggling with it. And you can see now onto lap 4, going purple once again. Our pace is good, and we've just got to focus on getting past and then trying to run away with it. So we've got a good run now, heading towards the end of lap 4, onto lap 5, around the outside, and I've got the move completed, but you can see here that I've just massively outbraked myself there and I've gone wide, and I have to just let him back through to avoid any penalty, and I get a warning for corner cutting, but luckily not this time like at Italy. I didn't get a 5-second penalty, which is good. So Moses takes back the lead of the race, and we've got another good run here onto lap 6, but not quite. And this is the best performance I've seen from Moses so far in this league. He hasn't really been in contention at all for any wins or podiums, and today he is, but we've still got to focus on getting past him, as we've now got another good run up the centre S's. Go up the inside into turn 4, just like we did on gigs at the start. And will it work this time? Third gear, and we get through. So that's P1, and I was really happy at this stage. I didn't know where Dan was, I had no idea, but I believe at this stage he was actually in about P8, so we just got to keep it on the road really, get to the flag. Hopefully there won't be any safety cars or anything, as we set the fastest lap now, and we slowly extended the gap to Moses behind to about 2 seconds, and Jonas had made his way up to 3rd and Giggs was right in 4th. And now the virtual safety car comes out, nice English, comes out, so as you can see I'm not going to speed today like I did in Japan, even though it was by 1.5 seconds and I won the race by 6.5, but anyway, heading into the pits now. You can see easily over the delta, so I did not speed today. If you're watching any of the AOR people, but P1 out of 10, and Moses has continued to another lap on the intermediate tyres, which isn't really a good idea under the virtual safety car because we can gain a lot of time under the virtual safety car. But you can see exiting the pits now. In practice I actually crashed in the pit lane, so I was taking it pretty cautiously out of the pit lane today, not wanting to hit the wall because sometimes you tap the wall and you can actually be out of the race really. So there's debris there on the straight for some reason. You can see now P2 out of 10 as Moses now pits, and we're going to be out easily ahead of him, and he's going to be battling Jeek. As you can see, Dan's now up into P3, although Jeek has just taken that off him, so we are going to have a massive gap behind, and I believe it was about 11 seconds or 12 seconds or something, so all I needed to do at this stage was just take it easy to the end, don't have to push for any fastest laps or anything, just get it to the flag and win the race. You can see I actually did set a fastest lap there, but at that stage I just realised from now on just go about a second a lap slower, obviously managing the gap and get to the flag, and like these next 13 or so laps were the longest laps I've ever done in league racing. It just went on, and I just wanted to get to the flag and take this championship. And you can see now lap 36 in the final couple of corners now. Jika's now up into P2, so he's having a really good race. For once he's actually gone up from his grid position to where he finishes, but you can see around the final corner, up the hill again. 3 out of the last 3 races have been in the wet, which has been pretty good for us. But you can see now heading towards the line, weaving to take the checker flag to win Brazilian Grand Prix and to win AOR PS4 F2 League. Get in there, we have taken the championship, and I was really happy about that. You can see Dan has finished in P7, so we easily won the championship in the end, and hopefully on season 14 on F1 2017 I can be in tier 1. I certainly feel like I have the pace to on that game. It certainly feels much better than my pace on this game, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new, and I believe my next video is going to be a montage of my highlights from AOR season 13, so I hope you enjoy that, and you can see I've got pretty good consistency on my lap times. But I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, as I said already, subscribe if you're new, and I look forward to league racing on F1 2017, so I'll see you very soon. Goodbye.